today I have the greatest pleasure, been trying to do this for many years, introduce to you one of the finest and most talented guitarists in Cabo San Lucas and beyond. And here he is, a talented musician, my friend, Brian Flynn.
Hi, I'm Brian Flynn, and I reside in Cabo San Lucas in the Baja in southern Mexico. I've lived here for 25 years, but I tour all over the world, and I'm the lead guitar player in the Brian Flynn Band, and with the Brian Flynn All-Stars, who are some of my buddies from some other bands you may have heard of: Leonard Skinner, Blackfoot, Molly Hatchet, Point Blank. We all get together on occasion to play together, and I tour the world, playing a little bit of this, that, and everything. I got started playing guitar when I was 14, 15 years old. I was always very politically active as a young kid, and I was planning on being president of the United States by the time I was 35. But a buddy of mine invited me over to his house one day, and he had an acoustic guitar, showed me how to play House of the Rising Sun. And that day, I changed my career choice and said, this is what I'm going to be doing for a living the rest of my life. And I got signed into my first solo record contract and solo management contract out of a band called Rockslide that I'd been in for 7 years in Aspen, Colorado. And when my manager had been put in contact through my keyboard player with a fella down here that owned a club in the Tropicana over in San Jose. And they called up out of the blue to Aspen and said, would you like to come down and play in San Jose del Cabo? And I said, sure, I'll go anywhere. I'll play any place. I appreciate, anybody anywhere that wants to pay me to come and play guitar for them. So a few weeks later, 6 weeks later, I was down in Cabo. Supposed to be here for a month. Stayed for 2 months, and then headed back to the States. And then when I was back in the States, I got in a bit of a piston match with my management company, and they were threatening to sue me. So I had 8 months left on my contract, so I came back down to Cabo and said, if you're going to sue me, you can sue me in Mexico. And 25 years later, I'm still here.
Wonderful. It's a beautiful place to play.
Yeah, it is.
So you travel around, I see in Facebook, Arizona and places. Tell me all about that.
I played all over the world. I played every state in the United States except Hawaii. I've played all of the provinces in Canada, except a couple of the eastern provinces. I've been in England and France, Germany, the Czech Republic, Russia, Finland. Russia's probably my favorite place to play in the world. Obviously all over Mexico. This May 23rd, I'm heading out on tour. I'll be touring Mexico City, Toluca, Puebla, Hidalgo. I'll be all over the country. So it's not a matter of just the United States. I play all over the world. And I've never really worried about taking a vacation. My job frequently is a vacation. If I really want to see a place, I'll just book a gig there. So.
Fantastic. Now, do you always carry your baby around, your camera?
Always. I took my kid. Only once have I not taken my guitar on a road trip. And actually, the second time was here recently because I went to see Steve Morse and the Dixie Dregs. Didn't think I was going to need it because I'm a really good guitar player. He's God on a guitar. So, yeah, every trip I take it. Only one time I did not take it. I ended up regretting it. I ended up being in a place that I needed it for about a month and I had to borrow one. I said that was never going to happen again. So in 45 years of playing, I've never traveled without one. Always.
Excellent. So, one more question. I think, and a lot of people around here think, that you do things with the guitar that no one has ever done. For example, playing with bottles and other. How did that start?
I don't know. I was playing at a shop. I learned to play slide guitar, and I've really perfected it because a lot of cats don't do it anymore. It's kind of a lost art. And then one day I grabbed a Little King's bottle, which is small, so it was easy to play with. But the crowd went so crazy. It was at a club in Colorado. And the crowd went so crazy that I started grabbing beer bottles, and then discovered that certain bottles are better than other bottles. For instance, using a Sol bottle is better than using a Corona bottle or a Budweiser bottle. Reason being is that there's not a paper label on it. It's painted on, so you can use the entire bottle, kind of roll it up the neck of the guitar. Well, then that led me to experimenting with other things like knife blades and porcelain bottles like Wayne Allman. But then that led to cell phones. Most interesting is probably a tampon. I played with tampons, little, not used ones, of course. The little bullet ones. With the little thing hanging off. I can get about 8 bars out of it before that cuts into the plastic. Can't do it.
Well, I'm not familiar with that.
If it's round and hard and not aluminum, then I can usually pretty much play with it. And then I got into the Jack Daniels bottles and everything else. There's other cats like Jimmy Thackeray that do that stuff, and I got to admit, there's been some, we call them El Pericos, parrots that have seen me do it over the year that have tried to pick up doing it themselves. But I've kind of mastered it a bit, I guess.
I remember one year you played with my GoPro camera.
Yeah.
I have some of that footage that I will continue to put in here that is fabulous.
I love doing it with the cameras and the phones when the camera's running, because then you get the sight of it going up and down the neck of the guitar. It kind of gives you a different perspective of what's going on, I guess. With it. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. The crowds go crazy with it. And it's something that's unique and different that other cats don't do.
All right, well, I want you to look into my camera here, and I'm going to zoom out a little so you can play a little riff and enjoy this music, everyone.
Well, it's not plugged into anything.
Picks it up fine. So this is it. This is the rare interview that I don't think anyone has. I'm very proud to be his friend and to let me and my camera film this wonderful interview. I thank you, Brian Flynn, and go for it.
Thanks, Mario. Thanks for being my buddy, and thanks for supporting me all these years and helping me out with my career and keeping me rolling, people knowing who the hell I am, and it gives me a great opportunity to be able to play in all the places I get to play. Haven't had a day job since 1987, so it's cats like you that are really my benefactors.
All right, well, you just heard it. Flying Fingers?
Flying Fingers, Flynn.
That's the one, Flying Fingers,
that's
Flynn.
The one that's hanging on
the triple F.
My buddy in Washington came up with that.
Great. Thank you very much. Adios.